Hi guys, it's Deanna here, and today I will be showing you all how to make a mini Batman figurine. He has a little cape and everything, and he's just super cute. I figured out how to make this using the tutorial for the Captain America figurine by iCrafts, and that was based on the minifigurine by Tutorials by A. So we'll need 2 white bands for the eyes, we'll need some skin tone bands, need a lot of black bands. And without further ado, I will show you how to make the head and body. So first, you're going to take a singular black band and put it from the top peg to the second peg. This will be our slip knot band. You could add this on after, but I just find it easier to do it ahead of time. Okay. And then you take double bands. I'll be using double bands for the rest of the tutorial, unless I say otherwise. You'll go diagonally downward to the left, and then to the right. Okay. And we'll go down in the middle, using double black bands, down on either side, so on the left and on the right. Perfect. Now we are going to do our next row. So we'll do black on the left and on the right. I'm going to do our skin tone bands, double bands, in the middle. Now I'm going to close it off with skin tone bands. Let's continue. Make the neck 2 double black bands going straight down. Okay. Now we're going to go down diagonally with double black bands for the shoulders. And we're going to go down 3 on the left, middle, and right. So that's 1. And 2. Sorry if I'm going too slow, I'm just really trying to make sure I don't twist my bands so it comes out as nice and neat as possible. Alright, go down one more time on all 3 rows. There we go. Great. Alright, so now I'm going to do the legs. So on the left and right, not in the middle, because obviously the person has 2 legs. Don't want to make them a 3rd leg in the middle. That would be very strange. Go down once on the left and once on the right. Now, to secure the feet, we're going to use a cat band. It is a singular black band, not a double band, just one band. This should be all you need. We're going to wrap it around the foot 3 times. That's 2, and there's 3. I love snapping it at the end, it's so satisfying. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to show you how to make the arms. So you're going to need your hook for this one. You're going to take a single black band, wrap it around your hook 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You should see there's 3 loops. Then you take 2 black bands, put it on the end of your hook, and very carefully slide your loops onto there. Reattach it on your hook. And then this little part goes on the shoulder peg here. If I can get it on. Hold on. Why is it not? It's just being stubborn. There's nothing wrong with it. There we go. There we go. So it should look like that. Have a little loop on the side. Now we're going to have to make one more for this one. So there's not just one-armed Willy up in here. Alright, so we're going to take a single black band, just like we did before. 1, 2, 3 times around your hook. Grab your double black bands. Place them on your hook. And carefully slip them through like that. And put it on the other shoulder, which should be the other little arm. There we go. Now we're going to put some triangular cat bands for support, and to make sure that they're not just like 3 chains, and that's one thing. So these aren't double, these are just single bands put in a triangle formation like that. I put it on the 3 pegs right under the shoulders. And then there's one more there. And for the next one down, instead of going and doing a triangle like the other ones, we're going to loop it around this peg and place it onto this other peg. Alternatively, if you're not comfortable putting it around, you could do a triangle, get your hook, and just take the bottom and pull it up over your peg. Same effect. Alright. Now we'll do the eyes. Grab your white. Put a cat band here. Wrap it around 4 times. 1, 2, oh, oopsie. Sorry. It's 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now I will take one skin tone band and put it on a triangle over the 2 eyes and on the middle. Alright, now very carefully, you can tilt your loom so you can see better if you'd like. You're going to take your 4 loops, your 4 white loops that you just put on, and just put it over the peg and slide it onto that cap band, like so. And we want to do that on both sides, like that. I like to push them to the middle to keep them out of the way when I'm looming later. But you can always adjust them when you're done. Alright, and now we're going to do the little ears, I think? The little things on his mask. Those are supposed to be bat ears, right? I think. I should know it's my tutorial, but it is what it is, okay? Alright, anyway. I'm going to take one band, stretch it out a bit in your fingers, just to make sure it doesn't snap when you try to do this. And you're going to loop it over twice to double it. You're going to put it right there, going from the top left to the second one on the left. I'm going to do that one more time, the other side. Put it right there. There we go. And then we're going to put cap bands on this peg and this peg. Wrap these ones around 4 times, just so they're a little smaller and tighter than the arms, so it doesn't just look like he has little arms on his head. So you get the 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the other side. 1, 2. Sorry, it's still 2. It slipped. 3 and 4. Alright. You want to go over your loom, make sure it looks like that. You have everything in place, everything you need. And then we will move on to loom it. So I'm going to tilt mine a little just so I can grab at it easier. Okay, first we'll do the ears. So you want to go inside of this cap band, grab bottom 2, loop them up and over the peg like that, and bring them back to where they were coming from. And to release some tension, I'm just going to take the cap off of there. So it's just going to stick out like the armband does for now. In the cap, grab the bottom 2, go up and over. Be very gentle with your bands, especially if they're a little older and you're digging out your collection from 2016, because You don't want to break your bands, not this far into it. That would be a real pain in the butt. Alright, now all the little add-ons are done. I'm going to push down my eyes a little bit first of all. And push down on your pegs, push down your bands. Then we'll start from the feet and loop up all the way to the top of the head. I'll show you how to do that right now. Go inside of the cap band, grab the bottom two and loop them upward. Do the same with the other feet. Through the cap, bottom two, loop it upward. In the middle, I'm going to do the middle first because there's nothing to go through. It's easy, probably the easiest row to do. You can just go up. Just grab the two that are on the peg, hook them up to make a teardrop shape. Like so. Just for now we'll go up to the neck. We don't want to go any further just yet, just up to the neck there. And now I'll do the left side, going inside the cap band, having the bottom two, looping them up, making pretty little teardrop shapes. If you don't see tears, you're not doing it right, as I always used to joke when I heard people say teardrop in tutorials. Not that kind of teardrop, guys, don't worry. It's a happy space. No negativity allowed here. Alright. We'll hook it inward to the neck, right there. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side, going up and then looping inward. I'll go up and up. Inside. Remember, go inside the cap band and loop upward. Make sure on these you grab the bottom two bands. I know there's a lot of bands there, so it might be difficult, but try your best. Okay, now you might need to pause here to do this part because it can be tricky with all of the bands that are on the peg. You're going to go underneath and grab the bottom two, which should be these black pegs, these black bands, sorry, here. I'm going to go all the way inside of everything else, grabbing the bottom two bands and looping that upward. Okay, I'm just going to, there's a lot of tension on mine. If I pull it anymore, it'll probably break. So I'm just going to try to relieve some pressure with my fingers by moving the bands around it. There we go. Oh, that's it. There we go. I got it. Perfect. And now the body part is done. Just to loom the head now. Okay, you're going to want to go inside this band, grab the top two, which should be coming from this peg if you did it in the same order as me. And you're going to loop it back onto itself. See, this one's also very tight. Just going to put my hook inside the black band and do that to relieve the tension. And it should look something like that. and grab the top two again and looping it the other direction back onto itself. Now I'm going to take the next two and just loop up. And the rest of it is pretty much the same as doing a triple single, if you've ever done that before. Just go inside there, grab the bottom two black bands, and loop it upward. Just like that. And do the next row, going inside the cap bands and looping that upward. Once we get to the top, we're going to go here inside of our little ear peg and inside of all that. And grab the bottom two and loop it over the peg. And I'm going to try to put it onto this middle peg. The one is very tight, so I'm going to try to relieve some tension here. There we go. Since I used one band doubled over for here, it's very tight. But that is what we want in the end product. It just makes it slightly more stubborn while looming. And I'll loop it up and onto the center peg. See, that one was much easier for some reason, even though they're the same thing, just on different sides. Alright, and your loom should look like this. Make sure that it's all looped properly. You have all those pretty little teardrop shapes. And if it looks like that, you can go inside of here and grab the bottom band. Should be our slip knot band. You can loop it up, grab the one underneath it, loop it over, and then relieve some tension with your hook and pull gently, very gently pull. You want to be very careful right now so that we don't break our bands. Just to do all that, and then just to break the connector band would be a real pain in the rear. I'm going to put it back onto here just for a minute. Don't really have to, but I'm choosing to. But now we can remove it from our loom. So using the back side of your hook, go inside each peg and take it off very carefully. Make sure you don't break any bands. It comes out kind of curled, but that's alright. We can adjust it in a second. See, look at his little body, his big head. It looks so funny. But he's about to have a normal sized head, so just you wait. I'll take those off. That'll be a cute little jawline. And then I'll go there. And just lifting it off of every peg. Very, very carefully, so that we don't snap any bands or pull them out to places they do not belong. Just going to tighten my slip knot a little bit, very carefully, so that it doesn't snap. And there you go. That is the body part of your little Batman. He has little arms, little legs. He's living his extra life, as Brad Mondo would say. And now I'm going to show you how to make the cape. It is definitely not necessary to make the cape. It is completely optional. You could just keep it like this and be a cute little Batman figurine still. But I'm just going to set him aside, and I'm going to show you how to make the cape. Alright. So, empty loom, arrows facing towards you. Grab 2 bands for our slip knot band. Makes it tighter and easier to wrap it around his neck after, as a true cape should be, you know, wrap it around the neck. And now we are going to take double bands and go out in both directions. There we go. And push it down a bit as I go. It makes it much easier to manage. And now I'm going to go down 4 times on all 3 rows. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And push it down and do the same here and here. So down 1, 2, 3, 4. And push it down. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This next one should be the last one, row wise, and 4. There we go. That will be the main structure of our cape. And to make it almost pointy, to make it look like looped, like Batman's cape does in the comics, I put a cap band on each one of these pegs. On the bottom 3, I'm going to loop it around 4 times. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry about the weird angle on that one. It's always hard for me anyway, to do caps in the middle row. It's much easier on the side, so you can just have a place to pull it, but once in the middle, there isn't really a place for that. Okay, now I'm going to take single band, do a cap. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times around your peg. Now, just as we did on the body, we're going to place a few triangle bands. I'm going to put one here, put one here, and one final one right here. There, and that's all the bands you should need for your cape. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of the cap band, grab the bottom 2 bands, loop it upward like that. We'll do that on all 3 pegs of the cap. So go inside the cap, make sure you go through all the loops of the cap band. It's very important. Grab the bottom 2 and loop it up. Sorry if you hear that noise a lot. I have a charm bracelet on and it hits the desk occasionally. I'll have to remember to take it off next time I film. Okay. And I looped upward, just like I did with those 2. Sorry, I forgot to say what I was doing. Okay, now we're going to go inside the triangular cap band and loop upward again. I'm going to go all the way up the side. I'm going to loop it like a triple single. Looping up, and then once you reach the end, loop inward. Just to finish it off. And then go in the middle. Just gonna go up, loop up, and loop up. Whoop, boop. There we go. And now, last row, go inside the triangular cap band and loop it upward, grabbing only the bottom 2 bands. Make sure it makes these pretty little teardrop shapes. There we go. And now I'm just going to go inside of all of these bands, grabbing the bottom 2. I'm going to tilt my loom a little bit so I can see slightly better which ones are the bottom 2. I believe it's those 2. I'm going to pull them out and loop them up. That looks like it's only 1. There we go. That's okay. Only got 1 the first time, but as long as you get them both, that's what's important. I'll take the back 2 and loop it over the front 2 and pull very carefully. You don't want it to break. Make sure it's very nice and secure. And now that it is all done, all looped, you can use the back of our hook and gently remove it from our loom. I'm going to tighten the slip knot a little bit, or a lot of bit. Right, there we go. That should be done. Now it is up to you to decide which side you want to be the front and which side you want to be the back of the cape. You can either do that so it flows outward, or you can do that so it hugs his body more. On this one, I chose to put it so it hugs his body. So on this one, I kind of want to do it so it flows outward a little bit. Alright, now grab your Batman charm from before, his body. Just take the 2 slip knot bands, like that. Just stretch it out very carefully. Be very careful not to break it. And just put it over his head. Just like putting a cape on a baby. Bum, ba, bum, ba, Batman, to the rescue! If you find your cape is a little too loose, which I am currently finding, you can take your slipknot bands, twist them, and then loop them over the head one more time to make it a little tighter around his neck. Don't worry, he's made of rubber, so you can't choke him. It's the one cool thing about rubber Batman versus real Batman. And your Batman is complete. Cape and all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the tutorial, and comment down below what you would like to see me do next. Thanks for watching. Bye!